Hey all, Heretic here with another Hearthstone Battlegrounds Player's Guide, and I'm here to bring you the information you need to help you win with the Lich King. So get comfy and let's dive in. So first, let's talk about the hero power Reborn Rights. And this is a free hero power that reads, give a friendly minion reborn until next turn. So what does this mean? This means that something that normally would just die now could come back. Now this power is pretty awesome. If you have a death rattle minion, maybe you'd like to go off twice. Put it on that, and all of a sudden you get the normal death rattle, and all of a sudden it comes back to life, then it dies, and death rattle again. There is a lot of potential with this hero power. It really gives you some nice tempo in the early and late game, lets you do some really tricky things. One note, try to remember that when you put it on a death rattle minion who potentially summons other minions, first, the death rattles will go off, summoning those other minions, and then Reborn will trigger, bringing back the minion you want to come back. But if the death rattles fill the board, you just lose the Reborn minion. So keep that in mind. It's a very important note, especially if you get into, some beasts and mechs who summon a bunch of minions. There might not be enough room for your ability to trigger. So when it comes to tiering with the Lich King, I almost always do the basic curve. And the reason for that is there's just a lot of good death rattles and minions in tier 2 in general that you want to get your hero power on. Giving Reborn to a Spawn on Azoth, a Kaboom Bot, any of those many varied minions in tier 2 can give you some really good effects. Even without anything else to synergize, it just works good. So keep it in mind, tier 2's pretty good. I really like basic curve when it comes to the Lich King. So when it comes to the minions that really work with the Lich King, let's look at what we can do here. There's a lot of great beasts, there's some decent mechs, there's some really good neutral minions. You can get some really disgusting combos with the ability to bring back one extra minion who normally should just die and go away. Now dies, comes back, and then does it again. It's pretty awesome. There's so many good death rattle minions that now you can get their buffs twice, and let's look at some of them. So in the early game, Spawn on Azoth. Hey, it hits the board, runs into something, dies, comes back as a 2-1, dies again. Giving its buff those extra times makes a big difference. Selfless Hero. Selfless Hero is really good in the early game because you are divine shielding one of your minions, and then it's back again to do it all over again. Kaboom Bot, once again, early minion that, while itself is pretty good, if it comes back to life and does its death rattle again, all of a sudden it's really good. More mid-game tempo-y things. Thorncaller's pretty good. Deflectobot, Crackling. Most Divine Shield things aren't too bad, but especially when you get the higher attack ones, in that mid-game rate, they really can do some stuff for you. Now, when you're looking for builds to use with, well, beasts are pretty damn good. They already have a way to get Reborn with Reanimating Rattler, but now you're getting to do it to minions that normally do not get Reborn, or if you don't find Reanimating Rattler, to allow you to do those builds already. So it's pretty awesome. So minions you want to look for: a Leapfrogger, Monstrous Macaw, Mama Bear, Goldrin, Gascoiler, Baby Crush. There's so many good minions that you normally can give Reborn if you're lucky to find it. Now you can just give them Reborn and not worry about it. And then if you find it, additional things have Reborn. It's pretty phenomenal. In the late game, there's some really good combos you can do with, like, Leroy. If you give Leroy Reborn, that's disgusting. Now he's definitely killing two things on that enemy board no matter what. Manted Queen, another good minion. It's still going to have poison, so worst case scenario, you're getting a minion back with poison, and that's pretty good. And also, ugly trick here, Khadgar. If you have Khadgar and you reborn your minions, if you have space for them, they're going to come back with 2 and not 1. And if you triple it, 3, you can make some really disgusting board clears that are a lot of fun to watch play out. And you feel a little dirty after it happens. It's pretty awesome. Overall, the Lich King is a super fun hero. You have the ability to bring something back that normally should not come back. So you can make some really nasty combos with this. I've gone over a bunch of different, things you can do, but you're going to see some unique things that can happen to your board that this hero power is going to give you solutions for that you normally wouldn't have. So you really have to think outside the box while you're playing the Lich King, because you really can get some neat options here. You get a good bit of tempo from the hero power. Things coming back are just awesome. It's just dependable, satisfying gameplay. Really can't go wrong. Stay tuned. I have more guides on the way. I hope you learned a few things and had a good time. I know I did. Bye.